All right, are we in? We're in. I think we're in.
We're in.
We're in. Okay.
I don't have sunglasses to put on for that. We're in.
I have sunglasses on in our logo, but I don't know what happened to those sunglasses.
They're in the logo forever.
All right, we're going to be doing day 8 of Advent of Code. We got caught up yesterday. We did 3 problems in a row in a manic session of programming. And hopefully today we can take care of the problem within the first hour, and then we can dedicate the rest of our session to talk about video games. Tonight the topic is going to be about the number 1 and number 2 presumable Game of the Year and Game of the Year runner-up, which are respectively Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, God, what a name, and then also Hades 2. Mercifully easier to say.
Yep.
Quick schedule update. We are doing this stream every weekday this week from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific, except for Wednesday the 10th. And we're building in some extra time on December the 13th, which is Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific, in case we need it. In case we don't, the problems are going to get harder. We're not going to necessarily be able to do everything. But we'll see how it goes. All right, should we get into it?
Yes.
Okay.
Take us to the playground is today's problem.
Okay. Equipped with a new understanding of teleporter maintenance, you confidently step onto the repaired teleporter pad. You rematerialize on an unfamiliar teleporter pad and find yourself in a vast underground space which contains a giant playground. Across the playground, a group of elves are working on setting up an ambitious Christmas decoration project. Through careful rigging, they have suspended a large number of small electrical junction boxes, and this is just a link to Wikipedia. Their plan is to connect the junction boxes with long strings of lights. Most of the junction boxes don't provide electricity. However, when 2 junction boxes are connected by a string of lights, electricity can pass between those 2 junction boxes. The elves are trying to figure out which junction boxes to connect so that electricity can reach every junction box. They even have a list of all of the junction boxes' positions in 3D space, your puzzle input, for example. So we have a bunch of 3D coordinates, I'm guessing. This list describes the position of 20 junction boxes once per line. Each position is given as X, Y, and Z coordinates. So the first junction box in the list is 162, 817, 812. To save on string lights, the elves would like to focus on connecting pairs of junction boxes that are as close together as possible according to straight line distance. In this example, the 2 junction boxes which are closest together are these 2. By connecting these 2 junction boxes together, because electricity can flow between them, they become part of the same circuit. After connecting them, there is a single circuit which contains 2 junction boxes, and the remaining 18 junction boxes remain in their own individual circuits. Now, the 2 junction boxes which are closest together but aren't already directly connected are these 2. After connecting them, since the first one is already connected to another junction box, there's now a single circuit which contains 3 junction boxes and an additional 17 circuits which contain 1 junction box each. The next 2 junction boxes to connect are these 2. After connecting them, there's a circuit containing 3 junction boxes, a circuit containing 2 junction boxes, and 15 circuits which contain 1 junction box each. The next 2 junction boxes are these 2, but because those 2 junction boxes were already in the same circuit, nothing happens. Okay, this process continues for a while, and the elves are concerned that they don't have enough extension cables for all these circuits. They would like to know how big the circuits will be. After making the 10 shortest connections, there are 11 circuits.
Okay.
There are 11 circuits. 1 circuit which contains 5 junction boxes, 1 circuit which contains 4 junction boxes, 2 circuits which contain 2 junction boxes each, and 7 circuits which each contain a single junction box. Multiplying together the sizes of the 3 largest circuits, 5, 4, and 1 of the circuit sizes of 2 produces 40. Your list contains many junction boxes. Connect together the 1,000 pairs of junction boxes which are closest together. Afterward, what do you get if you multiply together the sizes of the 3 largest circuits? Okay.
I feel like we're just like the difficulty slope just went like straight up.
It's harder, but I think it's just complicated. Okay, so
Yeah,
normally this
yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
be some kind of like NP complete, like let's maximize the let's do like the minimum covering graph over
Mhm.
these things. But I think it's actually way easier than that
Okay.
particular problem. So the general idea is that they're basically saying rank all of the closest pairwise relationships between each of the between all of them, right? And then literally you go down that list and you connect them together,
Hmm.
and you just need to keep track of which ones are on the same circuit and how big those circuits are.
Yeah, you're counting the contiguous groups you've made after that.
Yeah, exactly. And then we might have to merge circuits, which might be tricky.
Hmm.
We might need to be able to look up like which circuit is this node in, and then what
Hmm.
nodes does this circuit have. Maybe we need to go
Well,
both directions.
I think that might be why they're modeling it as everything is in a circuit of one to start. Like the first connection operation is merging two circuits,
Okay. Yes.
sort of technically.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So let's maybe grab the example first, as usual.
Uh-huh. Ah, I already did it.
You already did. Okay, you're so fast.
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab the actual input.
I think how would we? Because the actual input is huge. What is a good way to find the pairwise distances between these two, or between these sets?
It's not that bad. I mean, we basically need
Okay.
to do 1,000 times 999 comparisons, which
Okay.
is a million, I guess. It's not too bad, right?
That's fair for a CPU. It can handle that.
Yeah.
Is it 1,000? It's 1,000 things. Okay.
So
Okay.
first of all, the coordinates are all the lines split by commas
Mhm.
and then parsed into numbers, right?
Mhm.
And then just a sanity check. Let's just take a look at that. Okay, that looks pretty good.
That's correct. Yeah.
If we want to rank them in pair, we want to make them pairs, and the pairs will contain a distance, will they not? This is the first time I'm going to actually make.
A new type for
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Every pair will be a distance. Is it two indexes and a delta?
We could do indexes. Something like that.
Mhm.
And this
Yeah.
one is it's going to be an array of pairs, right?
Hmm.
And this is going to be for let I equal 0, I less than chords dot length, I plus plus, and then the classic for let j equals I plus 1.
Hmm. J less than chords length.
Thank you. And then we say, let's say like const A is chords I, const B is chords J.
Mhm.
And then we do pairs dot push of items are I and J.
Sure.
And distance is
Probably a little dist function. Yeah.
I think we're only ever going to calculate it here. Is that right? Fuck it.
That might be correct. Yeah. After this, it's sorted, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Do we know what this looks like, by the way? We should probably type this correctly. A coordinate is it's a number. Right. Actually, let me even.
There you go. Yeah.
Thank you. And this is just the distance can be. Why don't we just do square distance? I guess we can square root if we want to, but it doesn't matter, right? Right, because it'd be basically like. I guess it's const. Dx is a0 minus b0. And then it doesn't matter if we square root, so we can just do this. This is just Pythagorean theorem here.
Doesn't matter if we square root at all, does it? That's funny. Yeah.
Right, it doesn't matter if we square root. Yeah. Okay, so this should do it, and then now we just want to sort the distances, the pairs.
Ooh, I'm getting some copilot on my side. Let me fix that.
Are you using the same computer that you use for all of your other stuff in your life?
I'm using my personal. I don't use this for work.
Okay.
But I do think VS Code settings occasionally leak across the boundaries.
No worries. Okay, so I believe we just return. Is it a minus b or b minus a? I think it's b minus a.
B minus a, yeah.
Because if b is greater than a, b minus a will be positive. No, it's a minus b. Is that right? I guess we can just console log it, right?
Yeah, let's see it. All right. 22? Oh, yep, I'll do it.
That looks sorted. 100,047.
Yeah, these get smaller.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Okay, so now we have to have circuits now, right? And maybe the pairs have a circuit. Is it useful to have a circuit ID?
This will basically be how does that work? Circuits? No. Circuits are weird. Okay, so this is putting them all into individual circuits.
Yes, and then I'm assuming that when we merge the circuits, we just find the lowest one, and that's their circuit ID.
Okay, yep.
I don't know if this is the best way to do it.
I think it makes sense. I think we might be able to simplify our output by putting like a count somewhere in there.
Oh, but we probably want the circuit. We probably want a mapping between ID and circuit So it's almost as if the circuit number should be a chord. Can we do this? Can you pass in a map? Can you use like a complex data structure as a map key in?
It looks like it. I think it's just generic. So
Yeah, but that's TypeScript. I'm just curious to know what values you can put into the
yeah.
key. Key equality is based on the same value zero algorithm. It used to use same value, which treats 0, -0. We can always like make the key by just turning it into a string, right? I'm just curious to know what this API actually gives us.
Oh, hey man, it looks like the stream's down again.
Oh, my OBS is crashed.
5 minutes later.
Okay, are we back?
I'm gonna have to see a couple minutes of Subaru to answer that question.
That's terrible. Oh my god.
Let's see. Yes, we are back.
Okay, we did it to ourselves. This whole affiliate thing is really bad. I do not approve.
I agree.
I guess we're getting all this stuff for free. We're able to talk to our friends across the world for free. So maybe it's worth it.
Yeah, it is. But boo Twitch.
I'm so glad that I have you watching the stream on the side because I would not notice it.
Oh man, OCD has a couple useful things with it, and that's one of them. I have to watch it.
Okay. Now, where were we? We were looking up whether you can stick in an array as your key. Does a key object you're allowed to do?
Yeah, and what was the key equality?
This looks like it does reference equality. So this is not going to work for... Oh, we can't use it directly, right? We need to actually like...
Yep.
Do a conversion. So why don't we do... something like that. And this is we need to stringify these, right?
Oh, yeah. If you put that in a format string instead of plus,
I was trying to resist it,
okay.
But
nah, stringifying by hand is silly. But good JavaScript intuition that doing plus would give you like a strange number, because it absolutely would.
So, chord to circuit. So, do we want our circuits to be like sets? Is that the way that we want to do it?
Will we ever add something twice? Does a set matter? I guess, yeah, because there is the chance.
I mean, what if we did reference equality? So, like, this would be, let's say a circuit is just a set of numbers. And then const circuits, it's an array of set numbers.
Okay.
And then these things will start off each in their own circuit. Is that right?
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, wait. We would actually put them when we parse this thing, right? We would put them in Where did we do the parsing in the beginning? Oh, up here. Let me pull this down. So the circuits would start over here, right?
It's just a new set of chord key.
Chord key or chord?
Oh, we had circuits as set number. What chord is also maybe not right.
We could do chord key.
What's the there's nothing wrong with chord.
Does set? Well, set has the same question of like what does identity look like, and it's probably
Right.
reference equality. So it is different. It is going to be different.
I think we should do chord key because at least we'll have a stable compare. I think we can compare and trust is yeah.
Okay, those are the circuits.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we got rid of that, and then chord to circuit, we can. I guess we need to do.
This is weird. Okay.
I don't know if we need the separate circuits one yet.
Okay.
Right, because we'll see. We may not need circuits, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Can chord to circuit cover enough of this when we're merging two? Probably.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. So after all that, we have this array of circuits, right? And now we want to start putting things into circuits. So what we do is we do the top 1,000 pairs, and we will skip some, right? Because they might already be in the same circuit.
That's correct. Yeah, yeah. So we might be discarding pairs that are already in a circuit together.
Okay, so if these two pairs,
Does that mean they should actually be?
yeah, you're right. We'll do the first 1,000. Well, let's do the first.
Oh, actually, for the example problem, it is actually 10.
Oh yes, you're absolutely right.
They do 10.
So the input is
connections.
sneaky.
Uh-huh.
The input is not only the input, but it's also like the number of iterations you're supposed to do.
No, because
you're not putting 1,000 pairs into the example.
Correct. I mean, they're doing arbitrary things here. Like the example does 10, and it's a 20 pair input, and the input is a 1,000 node thing, and you do the first 1,000. So, There is no connection between the example and the input for the number that we're choosing.
Okay, so maybe we also do const.
Mhm.
Is it iterations?
Yep. Yeah, that seems good.
Okay.
We could also do something silly like make that the first line of input.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I prefer not to modify their input though. I feel like it's nicer to make a program that sort of works
I was going to say the same.
untouched.
I was going to say the same. Okay, so here's where we will sort of vet our data structure choices here. So this pair needs to be in the same circuit, right? So we're going to look up circuit A.
Mhm.
Const chord A is, I guess pair doesn't really need distance except for to do the sorting. After that point, we don't care anymore, right?
Mhm. Yeah, distance is not used.
It's just used to do the sorting over here. I think we kind of
Yeah.
still just need to do it though, so whatever.
I think so, yeah. So
Okay,
this is just pair
pair.items.
items. Mhm.
And so now we need the key A, right?
Mhm.
And then is it chord to circuit? I guess we do circuit A. And why is it complaining here? Oh, it's actually, this is the chord index A, right?
Oh god, so it's yeah. So this is chords of index A. Yep.
Okay, glad we're using TypeScript. So if circuit A is the same thing as circuit B, then we're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're not, we need to merge the two circuits together. Is that right?
Yes, and we can kind of just be arbitrary about this, can't we? Like we can always say take set A, add set B to set A, and then assign
Correct.
chord to circuit B to set A's circuit. Yeah.
Yes.
That's not terrible.
So what we would do is, okay, so what we don't have, I don't know why we're using chord key, because we have an index, right? The index is the key. So I think maybe we should stop using strings and just use numbers.
Okay.
Those are just indices. It's going to be a little bit confusing. Const C of chords. I think we need to do actually need to do like a.
Can we add C index?
No, you can't do that in JavaScript, unfortunately.
What? Oh shit. Okay.
And then chord key we don't have anymore. In fact, let me just delete it. And this is going to be I, and I. And it is complaining about unknown.
Why is? Huh.
And we don't need this.
Why is it unhappy about these? Type number is not assignable to iterable unknown. Do you have to make a new set with a... Yeah, there you go. Gotta pass in an iterable.
Oh, yeah.
Was that there?
Yeah, I think that's
before?
it. I think that was it. I was just kind of having a brain fart. How's the stream doing? I'm paranoid. Are we online?
It's still there.
Okay. Yes.
We're still... The stream is still streaming, yeah.
Whew. That's good to know.
I know, right?
Out of an abundance of paranoia, I'm going to turn off my webcam to you.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, you're like behind my editor right now anyway.
Oh, great. Respect.
Well, I see your face on the live stream, just slightly delayed.
I don't really care. It's all good. Okay. So, yeah, I guess the distances and coordinates just don't even matter at this point, right? So really, index A could just be like C1, and index B could be C2, right? Or CA. Let's just keep up the... Yeah, what the fuck?
How did the cursor get there?
I don't know. I blame you.
Yeah, this multiplayer is a good excuse.
Yeah. Okay, so the circuits are the same. We're fine. Otherwise, we merge the circuits, right? And merging is two steps. One is we put everything in B into A, and then we iterate over everything that was in B and say that a circuit is now A, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's not
So
bad. Okay.
I think how do I iterate over items in a circuit? Items in a set. Does it need to be a set? It doesn't really matter, right?
It makes our duplicate management nice and clean. A set's just an iterable. I think you just do 4 of. Iterable is an iterable.
What is the question mark coming from? Oh, because it get.
They could both be on the phone. Yeah.
And it's not finding this. Oh, there we go. Circuit A dot add chord, and then chord to circuit of chord is circuit A, right? And this is actually a set.
Oh, because that's the map. Yep.
Okay, so after that many iterations, we need to count. We need to count the number of remaining circuits. Is that right?
Well, no. We just need to multiply the length of every circuit together because every circuit of length 1 doesn't matter. They just want to know.
Okay.
It's just times 1. They just want to know like what is the product of the length of the size of every circuit.
All right. So what is our set of circuits? It's this one.
Oh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
But circuit B is still going to be in there, but we need to invalidate it, right? We could empty circuit B and ignore it when we iterate over it. That's one way of doing it.
I think that seems nice, yeah.
It's kind of annoying, but...
It's annoying, but we have less to track as we go.
Yeah, clear. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to like manage like, oh, we added the circuit, so we add it to the good list and take the bad one out of the bad list. Yeah.
Size?
Can do math.max of circuits that size in 1.
Yeah, we could do that.
Fat arrow? Yeah. Yeah.
40 was the answer with the example. Is that right?
40 was the example answer, yeah.
80. Okay.
Oh, come on. All right. All right. Yeah, they gave us the circuit sizes, right? So we could at least look at that. Yeah, we should have a 5, 4, a 2, and a 2, and 7 circuits that are a single box or single junction.
Yeah. I feel like my cursor is kind of messed up in the.
I have hit semantic satiation for the word circuit.
Circuits. Yeah, it looks a little bit weird, right?
It doesn't look good anymore. Yeah.
What happens if you log a set?
I don't know. You want to do it? Yeah. Let's see what we got.
Okay, so what's a little bit annoying is we're not going to be able to see. This is actually why languages like Rust are good, because we can use the coordinate itself as the key, and we don't have to do this like lookup table stuff, right? So they said that they're
So this data looks correct to me. We've got 1 set of 5, 2 sets of 2, 1 set of 4.
okay.
So
where's the extra multiplication coming
Oh.
from?
it's multiply the size of the 3 largest circuits. There's so many weird, stupid numbers in this problem.
Oh, I
So it's just 5 by 4 by 2, and that is the case for the full answer as well. So the 3 largest circuits is our target.
Okay, so maybe we just do sizes equals circuits dot map c dot size,
Mhm.
and then sizes dot sort dot reverse. Can we reverse?
Yep.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
Does sort return the array? Yeah. Okay. So it
It
returns
does,
this.
yeah.
It returns itself, so you can dot chain it. Okay. And then
Yeah. You can do, yeah.
I don't think you don't even need that, right?
Oh, really? That's cool.
I don't think. Well, let's see. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's 40. So let's just try it on the input and see what happens.
Do it.
729. Already you were right. This is I don't know if it's harder or if it's more annoying. I think it's harder. It's like got more moving parts, right?
It's got more moving parts. I'm not sad.
Yeah, this is the first time we've missed. This is not the right answer.
It's not the right answer. Hell yeah. Cool. Oh no. Fuck. Now we have to debug it.
Now we have to do why is this changed though?
The input? Oh, because I was about to put mine in there.
Oh. Let me
This
double
should
check to
be
see
right.
that it's still the right thing.
Yeah, as I said, I just submitted 729 for mine. That wasn't it.
Yeah,
this is not my
729 is not correct on my side. So okay, this is going to be pretty annoying because
This
we
is
could
gonna
have
be
failed at any
terrible.
given spot, right? We could be
Yeah.
calculating the distances wrong.
Uh-huh.
We could be merging the circuits incorrectly. Or we could have like a fundamental structural problem with the algorithm. What's weird is the example one is like pretty good, right? Our example looks correct, I think.
does. 729 feels small to me.
Sure. Should we print out the circuit sizes then?
Yeah, let's do that, because like 729 feels like one circuit to me, or like that's, I don't know. It's also like a very hard to factor number.
Yeah, why don't we do this? One thing we can do to verify is to make sure that our numbers are only in the circuits once. We could do an integrity check.
Mhm.
Circuits. Or I don't need to write a function, right? We'll just do it, right? So const used equals new set of numbers, right? And this is the number, this is the coordinates that we've seen. And then for each circuit, and then for each chord, the chord is already in there. Does that seem right? That's our check. Just gonna bundle this away. I don't see it printing twice. Although, why did it run twice?
Yeah, that's strange. But I agree, it doesn't seem to have printed used twice at all.
And this code looks correct to you?
Yeah, you're stepping through every circuit, and we're just looking for.
Let's read the prompt again, just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Your list contains many junction boxes. Connect together the 1,000 pairs of junction boxes which are closest together. Afterward, what do you get if you multiply together the sizes of the three large circuits? So one question I have is, does it count? Are we skipping them when we shouldn't be?
What do you mean skipping?
So the next two junction boxes are these two. Because these two junction boxes were already in the same circuit, nothing happens. Does that count as a connection, or does it not count as a connection?
Oh, the elves are considered after making the 10. Ooh, that's a really good question.
Well, we could run
We
the
could
example and we could just get rid of the... Because this is us counting it, right?
Well, slicing by iterations is also doing that. I think what would be us counting it is if we were stopping at 1,000.
Right.
1,000 circuit additions, basically. So line 57, we run 1,000 times.
Okay. Right.
That is a subtle difference. Can we do turn off the last logs? I'm curious how often we hit this case.
And we want to do this for the example?
Yeah.
We hit it once. So
hit it once. I wonder if that's enough to not mess up this problem.
well, let's change the iterations to 11, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that already goes to 50. So I actually think we are as coded originally, it was fine.
Yeah, interesting.
Which is bad, right? So that's not the problem.
Yeah, though, when we went to
Why
when
am
you
I
put
following
iterations
you? How do I
11,
turn this off?
there's it's like the pin in the top right of the window.
I don't know how that turned on.
I don't know. Yeah, it was turned on for me a second ago too.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait, in the data we just logged out though, we now have 2 sets of 5, which is weird.
Do we? Well, this is
Yeah.
because I increased the number of iterations to 11, right?
Oh, right. So we connected. We turned the set of 4 into a set of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. That makes sense.
Yeah, and that increases this output. Okay, so that means we're like our code was correct, right?
I think so. Not correct enough. What does it want from us? This is a terrible data set to have to validate. Oh.
It's big.
Hmm. Is there any world in which we should be doing square root? I don't think it I agree that I don't think it matters.
No. If the square root, if a is bigger than b and everything is positive, then the square root of a is bigger than the square root
Yeah.
of b.
Exactly. Okay.
Let me log the coordinates, which are sorted, right? Or it's the pairs that are sorted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm doing this. I'm just sanity checking, really.
Yeah. We're just trying to keep it real. This looks like an ascending sort, and 499, 400 more items. Wow. Okay.
Okay. So here we put these two. We make a connection to put them into the same circuit. We get the circuit for A. We get the circuit for B. If they're already equal to each other, is there like a particular edge case where we can't do this?
We're relying on object references here. We're always putting circuit B into circuit A.
I feel like this is fine. I don't know. Like this looks good to me.
I think it's I agree.
So we can assert.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, you want to assert that there is nothing in no overlap there? Yeah.
I guess we're printing out a lot of stuff. But I don't see an error down here.
I don't see it either. I'm going to stop logging pairs, though. And maybe circuits. I don't know if it's helping us.
Like if I do console.error, it should look different. No, it just says foobar. I would expect it to be colored, but maybe not. I guess it's just it's just going to standard out. I guess maybe it's
at least it's logging. We know console.error is outputting.
Yes.
Circuit B dot clear. Gosh.
I'm resubmitting 729 just to make sure. Your answer's
Okay.
too low, which I think we both intuitively decided that was true, right?
Feels small. Yeah.
And it's the top three, but we're only multiplying the top three, right?
Hmm. Can we, what are our A, B, and C here? Oh, yeah. Great. Thank you. That ain't right. I'm looking at a set of 42.
Okay. We're sorting, and then we're reversing.
Let's, I just want to be able to look at the entire sorted thing too.
Yeah. It's not sorting correctly.
Is this a goddamn string?
Oh, it's doing. Yeah, it's doing lexicographic sorting.
Fuck off.
It's funny, right? It's funny.
It's very funny. Programming, great. Starting fucking numbers.
Yeah,
Failure.
we got it right. So this is a JavaScript problem. Okay.
We did this to ourselves.
We did it to ourselves.
Beautiful.
We absolutely did it to ourselves. Okay. I'm doing a little bit of cleanup here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, don't need that. Cool. I think that's all of our nonsense out of here.
Okay. Very good, sir. Have you? You can. Oh, we're printing out too much stuff still. But at any rate, I guess you can run your input now.
Let's do it. Can you run it? Actually, I had to reload and I lost terminal access.
Yes.
Thank you.
It is 57,970.
Another very different number.
Yes.
All right, I'm in. Input reverted.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. What lesson did we learn today?
I'm not sure.
I don't think we learned anything. Well, we learned that don't trust the sort function.
Yeah, we learned the JavaScript what video all over again.
Yeah, we did. Okay. Shall we continue? How are we doing on time? We have 5 minutes till we're supposed to cut over. Maybe we'll do another 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Let's at least do another 20 minutes. I want this. I want victory.
Clair Obscur can wait.
Yeah. It's already going to be game of the year. It's fine.
Yeah, everybody knows. Okay, the elves are right. They definitely don't have enough extension cables. You'll need to keep connecting junction boxes together until they're all in one large circuit. Continuing the above example, the first connection, which causes all of the junction boxes to form a single circuit, is between the junction boxes at these two. The elves need to know how far those junction boxes are from the wall so they can pick the right extension cable. Multiplying the x-coordinates of those two junction boxes, 216 and 117, produces 25,272. Continue connecting the closest unconnected pairs of junction boxes together until they're all in the same circuit. What do you get if you multiply the closest unconnected pairs?
Is this trivial?
It is not. I don't think.
Isn't this just continue to run the algorithm until you find a set of size?
Oh no, you're totally right. It's closest unconnected pairs.
This is nothing. Yeah.
They've designed the input. They've designed the input so that it will terminate, right? Because
well, it has to. I mean, it has to terminate even if it's the last pair that makes the connection. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, because we have literally every single pair.
We have every pair. Yeah.
Okay, and then we multiply the x coordinates together, right? So
This
we're
is-
gonna keep going.
This might take 5 minutes. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we'll do the example first. What was the answer to the example again?
25 to 72. So iterations is gone. We don't use iterations anymore.
Correct. Good riddance. So we iterate over pairs. And then this is basically when
If circuit A is of length chords, yeah, that works too.
is that right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I was going to say do it after this loop, but that also makes total sense. Like at this point, we just want to know
Console.log chords of CA dot 0 times chords of CB of 0, and then how do we break and we're done, right?
Yep, that's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be very slow. Not that slow.
No, it's pretty fast. Okay, we finished it within the hour.
Come on. All right. Run that
Amazing.
again for my input.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And
will you run it again one more time for me?
What's that? Oh, yes. I'm going to put it into chat. I'm going to put it in the chat. Dom's answer.
Oh, I got it. I can see the terminal.
Oh, you can see the terminal. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I just can't execute commands. Oh. Turns out I can. Oopsie. I thought I lost permission. I was just making you run code for me for no reason. I'm sorry.
You know, and I was happy to do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, that was so far the hardest part 1 and the easiest part 2.
We got out
all wrapped
by
up in
the
one.
hairs of our chinny chin chins.
That's hilarious. I love it.
And we were undone by what? The sort, right? Which doesn't even exist in this. I actually think part 2 was easier than part 1.
I think part 2 is significantly easier than part 1 because you just do it till you're done. Yeah, I would have flipped those.
Could there have been a way that you did part 1 that would have made part 2 harder? I guess that's the thing. Sometimes that's the way this works, is if you model part 1 too simply, then part 2 is really hard. Or you just have to, it moves the work to part 2. But I don't think we over abstracted part 1, right? I think
no, because part 1 was also fairly legible once we were through it with it as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like we're managing these 2 data structures, but like that's not that bad. Huh. All right,
I'm into it.
I was worried we were going to be doing that for another hour.
I had that slight sense of worry, panic maybe. Nathaniel Bumpo says union find for the win. What is union find? Should I look that up? Do you know what union find is?
Mm-mm.
Disjoint set data structure. Also called a union find data structure.
The data structure you should have used for the problem. Hell yeah.
We should have pound include union find.h. Problem over. It is a data structure that stores a collection of disjoint sets. Okay, yeah, that's what we have.
Oh, that's actually great. Yeah, it would be fun to. I feel like our time box is not giving us the like. We're gonna write a new data structure, but I do love doing data structure implementation. That sounds kind of fun.
Well, I think we implemented this data structure, did we not? Effectively. I mean, we talked about doing the annoying thing. Like our kind of hack here was to just clear circuit B and just not count it anymore.
Mhm.
But if we had somehow figured out how to remove circuit B from circuits, or
Mhm.
from this. Actually, do we even need circuits anymore in the second part? I don't think we do. I think we can simplify this. Yeah, man.
Oh, do it. Take it out. We don't need it.
So, however fancy the other data structure would be, I think we implemented it, right? We effectively did.
We sort of like flattened it across this file, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing. Do we even care? I don't really care. Get reset hard hit.
Okay.
We don't care. Fantastic. Okay. But that's good to know about that data structure. What does one use it for besides this particular absurd problem?
Besides that no code, yeah.
Operations, making new sets, other structures, back applications. They model the partitioning of a set. They have a cool little animation here. Keep track of connected components in an undirected graph. Sure, I mean that's more or less the inverse of what we did, right? The Boost graph library implements incremental connected components. Key component in implementing Kruskal's algorithm to define the minimum spanning tree of a graph. So it's possible that in a computer science class of yore, we might have actually done this. I don't know how that makes me feel.
You can use Kruskal's algorithm to solve part 2. Neat.
Yeah. Finds a minimum spanning
cool.
forest of an undirected edge-weighted graph. There was a time where I would have felt really, really bad because I wasn't able to make those kinds of like algorithmic associations. And then I don't think that skill is unimportant, but I think I started worrying about other things in my life, like getting old.
You're really taking this to an existential place.
You know what? It's just gonna happen. I love this animation, by the way. I'm kind of mesmerized by it.
It's really great, and it's interesting because I'm sort of watching it do what. Like I want to read more about this later, but like, is it actually? It's iterating through shortest pairs and being like,
yeah.
Is it in the graph? Great, continue. That looks familiar.
Yeah. Let's talk about the game of the year.
Neat. Unfortunately, it's not Hades 2.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about the presumptive GOTYs. Okay, so we're now moving past the puzzle solving, and now we're going to talk about the puzzle of game of the year.
It's not Blueprints. Also, unfortunately,
not Blueprints. Nathaniel Bumpus has one more comment. Last year there was a Braun Kerbosh algorithm puzzle. I didn't do last year's Advent of Code, but we could have learned about a different algorithm. Completely useless in real life, but useful in graph theory. Well, you could have used it to leaderboard on the very last Advent of Code leaderboard in 2024. That's useless. Then Hades 2 is the GOTY.
Prestige is not useless. Prestige is great.
Prestige, yeah. Bragging rights. It's not useless. So, okay. I believe we're saying that the presumptive runner-up to the GOTY is Hades 2, right?
I think that's correct,
I think that is like GOTY prediction markets. 2025.
Oh, are you taking us to call sheet? Jesus,
is it Polymarket? I don't know what it is.
There's Polymarket and there's call sheet.
So Hades 2 has dropped precipitously. It used to be 2, and it is now, I guess, a sort of like dead heat tie for 4th place. Does that make all of them 7th place or something like that? Like how does that kind of thing work? Or are they all fourth place and then the next one is seventh place? I think that maybe that's
What even is this? Like,
it's people who have spent.
oh,
What's the market cap of this? People have wagered up to almost $40 million.
what?
Yeah. To bet on what they think the GOTY is going to be.
Oh man. We are lost in the eyes of God. This is not good.
Look, I could spend 94 cents right now, or I could buy this many times. I don't even. What is the VIG? What is the VIG on this? Like, if I wanted to spend like $1 million, how much? What is the fee on this going to be? Is the VIG more than 5 cents per bet? I don't know. I think this is easy money. Like, I think there's more than a 94% chance that it's going to win. What do you think, Dom? It's probably like like one in a million. It's not going to win, right?
What if something weird happens? No, I mean you're probably right. But
You're
like,
saying I should not wager $10 million on this particular venture.
oh, follow your heart.
Okay.
I love it.
Yes.
I mean, should you put $100 on this and make $106? That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, this would be kind of thing where you borrow $10 million from the local mob boss, so you can bet it all on the prediction markets that Clair Obscur is going to win Game of the Year, and it will, right?
It sure will, but like I see this graph and I'm just like reminded of like election graphs where it's just like, 100% it's going to Hillary and then it just like
2016.
flips in like the last day.
Don't darken our doors with that particular memory.
Well, it's just like that's prediction markets to me. I'm looking at this, I'm just like, man, it could be Donkey Kong Bonanza. Game Awards is weird. They might just say it's fucking Donkey Kong. Who knows?
Yeah. So if I put $10 million of action on this, I think that would actually spur into motion some sort of conspiratorial cabal to kind of influence, like the voters, right? Or
the voters are like, they're people, right? They've already voted.
Yeah, they've already voted. So you know what it is like I wouldn't be able to fulfill this, right? We would need to find $10 million worth of other people that would be willing to bet against me. So basically, like every incremental $100,000 I put on this would make this number go up, right?
Right, and like I don't fully understand betting markets because like
this has been going down though. Apparently, I don't know. Oh no, it's been going up. In fact it's like they're like more and more certain since 2 months ago that it's Clair Obscur.
Yeah, it's going up. So I think there's like I opened up the order book and I think there's like if you start putting that much money in, you're going to get like a 99-cent return instead or something. Yeah.
A 1 cent return. Yeah.
So goofy. Holy shit.
So I had proposed earlier that the runner-up was going to be Hades 2, but it's actually number 4. But we'll talk about it really quickly. It is the runner-up, so it does not deserve most of our time. Also, actually, I think the most important thing is that you have not finished the game.
That's true.
So I cannot deliver my most crucial commentary because I think
I'm very excited for that. I have to like beat the surface. I'll know when I finished it, right? It'll be very clear that I've done the thing. Okay, cool.
Okay, so Hades 2, I guess is most easily summarized as the sequel to Hades 1.
There's two of everything. There's two runs. There's two powers.
There's two of
just
everything.
Two. They just did everything twice.
Yes,
yeah.
They did everything twice. So Hades 1, roguelike, very charming, Supergiant Games. You basically do a run of the same 4 areas over and over and over again. There's a little bit of variation in the maps, bunch of different enemies. But the big triumph of Hades 1 was to come up with like a super compelling, or at least for me, I did not find Hades 1 repetition to be boring whatsoever. Like every time I died and went back in, I was like, not even in the like I'm gonna get better at this game kind of thing. There is that, but it was really more that like there is actually progression. It's like you learn more things about the character, you gain more points,
Yep.
and you get cool new stuff. It
Well,
was
they've
just
got that great thing where they sort of drip feed you an intriguing tidbit of information every
yes.
time you play, no matter what.
Uh,
It's not as intriguing the second time around.
which the game itself.
So yeah, the tidbits and the like, it's not as compelling a story at all.
You're talking about Hades 2.
I'm talking about Hades too, yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. Okay, so Hades 2, you can do a run where you're going down into Hades, which I think
Mhm.
was kind of like a cool little reversal. You're starting Hades 2 and you're like, oh, I'm trying to break into Hades rather than
I
trying to
love it.
break
It was
out.
very very cute.
Very
Yeah.
cute. But then like about I don't know 5 to 10 hours into the game, you're like, oh, you can actually go up now again, and now you're trying to scale Mount Olympus.
Mhm.
And your run either goes up or it goes down, and there's a big bad at the very end of either one of those. Um, and
Which like
yeah,
sort of unlike the first one, you're like going to them and then you dispatch them and then they sort of just like reappear eventually. I feel like the first one was like you send Hades back to the bottom of the underworld, you escape, you die for reasons. The run out made so much sense, and the run to like this big boss, and then you sort of like, oh, I gotta leave, is so much sillier.
okay. So are we just let's just get right into it. How much Hades 2 have you played, Dom?
I don't know. I'm on like night 23 or something. Kronos is easy, and I'm trying to get my way all the way to the top of
See, that's
Olympus.
impressive. You killed Kronos by run 23. That's good.
Like 3 times, yeah.
Oh wow. But you had played early access, right? And so you would
Yeah, and
kind
I
of
and I and I played Hades 1 too. It's sort of a.
well, it took me a long time
feels
to get used to it. You know, like I believe that you and I were both obsessed with Hades 1 and we both got really
Oh
good
yeah.
and we could do like 20-minute runs, right?
Mhm.
But when I played Hades 2, it took me, I think, 60 or 70 nights to be able to reliably kill the bosses.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm dying real fast on the surface world, so I just got my
Okay.
my ass beat by Talos, evil robot that's just a mini boss. Like, no,
Oh,
thank you.
okay. Yes. Um, man, this game looks so good. Like the character design is so awesome.
I think they enhanced their art style significantly. I like it a lot. Uh, the shimmer, everything's got this sort of glow to it. Very, very satisfying.
Yeah, I remember I spent like 20 minutes in this game just looking at how the pop-up windows show up and disappear. They
Mhm.
don't just draw it. They like and then like when it appears, there's like this momentary animation where there's like a kind of like glint of light that travels from left to right, you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Same thing when you pick
Yeah, they
items in the menus.
yeah, it's got this very sad. Everything sort of has this. I guess moonlight is the theme of the game. So like everything's got this
Yes.
sort of like shimmery glow that passes across it. It's very uh yeah. It's so rich compared to the first one.
And I think like
Great looking game.
somebody has to make all those creative decisions. It's like when this menu comes up, I would
Yep.
like a glint of light to travel through it. And then somebody has to go and like implement that, right? It's like, oh shoot, well I got to make sure that like I got to have the little rectangle that represents the glint of light, but it needs to show on this part, but I need to stencil it out so it doesn't actually cover up the text or something gnarly like that. It's just like infinitely deep for this like microsecond effect that most people probably don't even notice, right?
That's why we love it though.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that in game too. I feel like all the boons have like indicators on your character. Like some of them have like a sort of charge effect, and uh, you can see it sort of on your fist hanging out, waiting, or on your weapon waiting to be used. Which I think is just some very nice touches all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so we're impressed by the overall production value of this game. You are expressing to me that you do not think this is as good as Hades 1. Let's get into it.
Oh, I think it is. I think it is a superior game to Hades 1. I just don't think the story. I feel like Hades 1 had such a perfect conceit of a like everything about that was so. I was really into the character and the journey and the the experience of continually escaping.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like the setup just isn't quite doesn't quite work for me.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit more about that. So, okay. First of all, plotline wise, Hades 1, you play this dude Zagreus, who's the son of Hades, and he's kind of is he a fuck up? I don't know. To be a fuck up, you have to have goals, right? Or you have to have like a thing.
I think he's definitely a fuckboy.
He's a fuck boy, maybe not a fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I agree with that. But anyways, he's trying to break out of Hades, the location, and his dad is Hades, the dude. And is his goal to actually find his mom, or is he just trying to get out? Is he just being a teenager?
It's like 50-50. He's like going for the truth. He feels like he's being lied to. He wants to know what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And part of that is his mom, and part of that is his teenagerhood, and part of it is just his dad doesn't tell him shit.
Yeah. But the storyline works really, really well because eventually he kind of like is able to bring people together, right? He finds his mom on the surface. Sorry, spoiler alert. I don't care about spoiling Hades 1 because Dom has played it many, many times. I do care about spoiling Hades 2 because Dom hasn't beat it yet. And along the way, he kind of does he change? Does he learn something about himself? He learns to love his dad. I think he learns to understand.
Yeah,
his dad.
well, and like his dad learns to love him. There's a whole. I feel like it's like it takes a broken family and like reconnects it.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
And I see them like sort of like referencing that with shades of like, now you're fighting Kronos, your granddad. And it's like, your granddad's like, God, this family really sucks. I'm just like, well, they did kill you, so I guess you would feel that way. But
yeah. I also think it's meaningful that Zagreus gets better. I mean, I guess in every role-playing game, your character ostensibly gets better. But like, I think that's so well integrated into the narrative. And so the kind of like, I guess the sort of like the sort of synergy or the harmony between the gameplay and the way that it's framed, the repetition is like thematically part of the game, is as well done in a video game as I can remember.
Absolutely. And I'm really curious how this is going to end, because I feel like there are things it's building up to that are like permanent endings. Like I'm trying to defeat Kronos, not
Death to Kronos.
Yeah, and like I've got an incantation to like end time or something. I'm just like, can I go on a run to the underworld after that? That feels very definitive. Like
right.
So it's interesting to have those sort of more definitive stakes showing up at all.
Keep asking
that
those
wasn't
questions,
really...
Dom. Keep asking.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, I see what it's shaping into. But I like Malinois. I think she's great. Zagreus is great. She is great.
Okay.
She's a little less of a black sheep, but like that's fine.
Yeah. So Malinois is okay. So we're talking about Hades 2. Okay. So you're saying Hades 2 is not quite working for you as a narrative. Tell me a little bit more about that.
It's just it's the stakes being too high. The small silliness of the first one, the teenage rebellion, made so much sense. It made the sort of tilting at windmill experience really feel good. Like you're just sort of like running up against your dad every time.
Right.
And I don't know. Yeah, personal stakes are so much more interesting than global stakes. Saving the world is less exciting than punching through a Hydra, and I forget what the third boss was. Oh, the fucking arena people.
The bull, Theseus and the Minotaur.
Theseus and the Minotaur. God, that was good. Yeah, I hated them so much.
Yeah.
I will say, I do think Scylla and the Sirens is a far superior vibe and boss to Theseus and the Minotaur. I love that boss so much. What a fun
I think
fun
it
fight that
becomes
is.
I think it's mostly an easier boss than the Theseus and the Minotaur, but it's fun and the music is really good.
Yeah, it's like and it's just, I guess I compare them because it's like a multi boss, and
Yes.
it's just such a like what a fun game experience they put together. I love this fight every time I do it.
Yes. Kudos to the voice actress of
Yeah.
Scylla. I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actress who plays Blonde Blazer in Dispatch.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I should say that the video game voice acting community is probably fairly small, all things considered.
It seems like there is a lot of overlap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Blonde Blazer. Totally right. And for
And
some
that's
reason, a
only
bunch of
notable
voices in.
that's only notable to me because I played these two games back to back. After I finished Hades 2, I played some Dispatch, which I really, really enjoyed. And those two, as a kind of like back to back experience, might be my game of the year, I think.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to spoil it to you because I have somewhat similar thoughts about the narrative. I, for one, really enjoyed the larger scope and the greater stakes. I thought it was like a kind of cool thing that they could introduce to the Hades formula, which is like, let's actually kind of make it serious. You know, I didn't think that
Yeah.
conceptually that was worse. I kind of enjoyed the change in that. And when you go to the surface, right? And the music changes from like the kind of like synthy metal stuff into this like epic orchestral score, and then you're zoomed out like twice as far and you're like in these like much larger scoped fights.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the top of Olympus, oh wait, you haven't gotten to the last section of Olympus, have you?
I have not. Yeah, I'm still trying to get through the mountain. I haven't been to the summit. Yeah.
So, I will say from a gameplay perspective, I think the last section of Olympus has some bullshit. So gird yourself for that.
Okay.
But the kind of sense of scope, I would say, the sense of scale, the kind of like urgency of it, is really, really successful. And
Nice.
despite the fact that you're going to do it 40 or 50 times, it's still really cool every time you go up Olympus, in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
And you know
That's
who
neat. Okay,
you know
I'm
who the
looking
bad
forward
guy.
to that.
You know who the bad guy. You know who the boss of Olympus is, right? Has that been revealed yet?
I know, but I've only because I've seen people talking about it. I know who I'm going to fight up there.
Okay. Yes.
Which, like, whatever. Like, it's another Greek god. Like, I don't find myself spoiled by knowing that.
It is not a Greek god. It is
a Titan. Yeah.
It is a character. Yeah, it is a character of Greek mythology.
Are the Titans not gods? Are they? Are
It
they
is
something
also
above
not a
gods?
Titan. So you may be in for a surprise, actually.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I thought the kind of like expanded scope was really good. But let me ask you this. What do you think about all the side characters and Malinui's relationships with them so far?
I'm sad when they have an exclamation point above their head that I have to talk to them.
Across
Almost
the board?
always.
Across the board?
Most of them.
Yeah.
I like Hecate.
Okay.
I like Eris. Moros doesn't do anything. Nemesis doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Ulysses doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Like mostly bad. I really like the helping characters you encounter in the different worlds.
Yeah.
Arachne, Narcissus, Icarus, Circe, Medea. They're all dope. They should all be the ones in the main game because I'm always delighted to find them. Yeah, everyone in your base is so dour. Artemis is a treat.
Yeah. I largely agree with you about this subject, and I think this is where
here's the problem with this game. They took out Dionysus.
Did they?
Yeah, I don't think he's in it. Or sorry, maybe they did, but I have not encountered him yet, and he was the best part of Hades
So
one.
Dionysus is awesome. He's in Hades 2, and he's great.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, so I do agree with you that in general, the kind of like protagonist to side character relationships in Hades 2 is far weaker than in Hades 1. To the degree that I felt like the reward in Hades 1 was actually leveling up the kind of side conversations that you have with all those other characters, and it's just not there in Hades 2, not in the same way. I think
Yeah.
Hecate is great. Hecate's kind of like the mother figure, and there's a sort of like, is she the mother or is she not the mother? And is she in
Yep.
denial of
Yep.
that? Like, there's that whole kind of palpable tension behind it. I like Odysseus only in that he's like kind of clever. He's funny. Like, I think that his writing
He's
is
kind of funny, yeah.
but he has no real thing going on with him.
He doesn't do anything that what's his face didn't do in the first game. Who is our human dead person? Achilles.
Achilles.
He's just Achilles. Yeah.
Yes, he's Achilles but funnier, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Nemesis is terrible.
Dora. I do not like Dora at all.
No.
Yeah. Dora is just a bad
Dusa.
Cyclops head. Dusa. Yeah. Dora's a bad Dusa. Nemesis is a bad Megara. It's like weird that they picked the same characters but made them all worse.
Yeah, they wanted to sort of play the same tropes. My least favorite character of the entire cast is got to be Moros, the sort of herald of the fates. He's such a giant nothing burger. I hate him so much.
I really like Chaos in this one. I think Chaos got like a little more interesting.
Yes, Chaos is cool. They did some cool things with the design. And then I largely agree with you that all the people that you meet along the way are kind of fun. If only because they're very charming, you know, even if they don't really have a plot line. I think Arachne is really cool.
I like Arachne a lot, yeah.
Yeah, Artemis, I think of all the side characters, is my favorite. And really not even because you have a developmental plot. I just think she's rad. Like, you'd want to hang out with her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
She's kind of just like slightly amused all the time, but kind about it, even though she's like kind of amused. Not quite condescending, you know, and I think it's done in a pitch perfect way. So yeah, there are. I'm going to be very interested to hear what you think about this game. If you don't bounce, if you beat it all.
No, I'm gonna finish it. I finished Hades 1. I'm gonna
okay,
crush
because
this
finishing
sucker.
a Hades game is not just like beating both bosses. It's like beating both bosses
Correct.
like many times, and then there's like
So
an
many
extra kind of epilogue thing that you have to do in Hades 2 that I found to be a little bit bullshit. Not a lot.
Really?
Bullshit.
Oh man. Okay.
You just look it up on a wiki and then just like do it. It makes it okay. Age of the internet, you know.
Yep.
And then if you also decide to max out all the relationships, which I will say is much easier to do in Hades 2 than in Hades 1. Because Hades 2 you had to get the. You couldn't just get ambrosia from the shop. You had to
no, and there's some charming quality of life stuff too. There's a couple different gifts, and you can see exactly where you are. I'm less stressed about like giving gifts the right way because it feels less rare, which is great.
Absolutely.
Except I don't want to talk to these people.
Right. It's so easy to talk to them now. You just don't want to do that. Yeah.
Yep.
I am very curious to know what your feelings are about the narrative, because I have a very what I think is like a deep criticism of this game, but it doesn't really. I can't really deliver it without you knowing how everything resolves and how all the relationships resolve.
Okay, we will get there,
Yeah.
but
so I will leave it like that.
Cool. Yeah, and like I'm complaining about the stakes, but I actually quite like the setup of like witchy different stuff than the gods. Fighting a battle is really cool. I like this sort of like wartime thing.
Yeah.
It's just a pity that Hades 1 was so good.
Yes. So I guess if I had to pick my favorite game of the year, it is probably still Hades 2. But what's weird is that I think it's not as good or memorable as Hades 1, and I didn't love it the same way that I loved Hades 1. So despite the fact that 2025 was an amazing year in games, my favorite one is a little bit less of an impression in the past. Maybe this is just me getting old again, right? That's the real theme of this conversation. But let us talk about the other game that we both played, and we will go into spoilers about this one because Dom and I
Yeah.
both beat it. Let us talk about Expedition 33. Dom and I,
It was great.
yes,
Loved it.
both really enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and go through it. And I think it's also interesting to note that I want to ask the question, like, why is it the kind of like consensus GOTY, except for the two of us apparently? Why don't we think it is us? Think it is the GOTY? And like, yeah. Anyways,
Oh no, I do think it's the good. Well, I think it all comes down to you put down here in the notes extremely French, and I think honestly
is that
that
its
is
strength and weakness?
I think that's why it'll win. It's just it's so different culturally and experientially, and like has a different voice than other games. Like I think people are going to just like extremely French game was such a mood that it just succeeded wildly.
Yes. Okay, so interestingly, I think that it is French enough, let us say, that people kind of think that it is mechanically incredibly novel. But I believe it was Jason Schreier's thesis, because Jason Schreier is like a gigantic JRPG sicko, right? He's played them all. And he's always like, I can't see his face on the Triple Click podcast, but I imagine him having a bit of a snarky smile when he talks about people saying that Clair Obscur is like an innovative RPG mechanically, because he clearly doesn't think it is. But I don't know. I actually think that the mechanics in this game really add together to something that's quite fun to play, in a way that was like less tedious than
Yeah, I've never
other
had that much fun
JRPGs.
in an RPG battle system.
Yes.
And I liked I think the battle system, the fact that all the skills were like sort of unique per character
Yeah.
in these really diverse ways. Like I wasn't getting like fire on one and healing on the other. I was getting like dramatically different character mechanics of like you just have to like this one rolls dice and this one throws cards and this one steals feet. Like bizarre shit.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like you wrote down Mario RPG Parry, in which like that game does not get enough credit for like literally just inventing the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Was that a Clair Obscur screenshot? What was that?
It is. It's got one of these horrible puppet marionette things.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those things are weird. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
So I would say foundationally, Expedition 33 is a Persona game, right? I think that like that is like a useful structuring metaphor, because you kind of run around these levels that are kind of like fixed in their design. Level design is probably better than Persona level design, which is not saying very much because the level design in Persona games is like it's like a
Dude,
it's like
yeah.
a third grader drawing a maze on graph paper. You know, it's really
Well,
bad.
and like the level design in Clair Obscur is not good.
But you know, at
It's
least they had like Unreal Engine 5 environment art,
yeah.
right?
The art design is stellar. The level design is like it's still a Persona corridor, but the corridor is a little wiggly.
Right. So, like even more so, I would say in terms of like mechanically and during combat, you have 4 characters or 3 characters that are not. They don't fall into your traditional RPG roles where like one person is the brawler or the tank, one person is the support.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of has their give and take, right? Which I think is also true of Persona games, right? Like everybody kind of has their own interesting things.
I think so, but I think I don't recall the last RPG where like you could just run a party of one and it didn't matter what. Like there was no anchor character in this either. Like
You're right.
you could just be Monoko the whole time and like roll with it, which is kind of neat.
I mean, ostensibly the game. I think that's actually maybe that's a good segue. Like it's kind of interesting of like who is the main character of the game, right?
Yeah.
And
it is Mael, but it's also they don't make you play her if you don't want to, which is interesting.
it's Mael, sort of. I mean, it's mostly she's kind of the chosen one. I don't know. Like she's almost like the main character, the way that like Ciri is the main character of the Witcher series, right? She
Yeah,
is kind of
that's real.
the sort of like Axis. She's almost like the MacGuffin main character. But she is also the one that like supposedly has the growth, the emotional growth,
Yep.
or this or discovery of her own kind of like interesting backstory. But you start the game off playing Gustav, who I really liked as a main character.
I liked him so much. Which,
Yes, we already said spoiler alert, right? So we can
yeah.
talk about how they just
I mean,
they kill him.
they Aerith him, man.
Yes.
Like, so like
Yes.
not even innovative. They just like kill a character at the end of Act One.
Yeah.
With a sword, with a magical sword through the heart from a big sword guy, which like in fact it was just Final Fantasy
Was it
VII.
a sword
But
or a laser, or was it both? Is the
I
sword
am
a laser?
unclear on what the weapons are in this game because they just sort of appear and
Yeah.
shoot through things and disappear.
Yeah.
It was a paintbrush, probably.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. So Gustav is incredible, played by Charlie Cox,
Mhm.
and he dies at the end of Act One. It is, in a certain sense, it's kind of weird. He sort of gets refrigerated, right? Like his death sort of like adds a lot of the emotional weight to the game, and to a game that already has a ton of existential weight to it.
Yep.
I mean, it's French. We already said it's extremely French, right?
God,
But then
it's so French,
I
man.
would say from that point on, they attempt to make Verso the main character, right? You play as him. He's the guy you control when you're walking around the camp.
That is true. Yeah, that's the only point that they put one character in prominence is like camp control. You're right.
Yeah. And it is interesting that he becomes, like, for example, the romantic lead. You are asked to sort of like take his perspective. You get to choose which of Lune or CL you want to flirt with, or you can flirt with both, I think.
Can you? Can you? That's so interesting.
I think at some point it cuts you off, so you can't actually go to the end, so to speak, with both of them.
Oh, I don't think I realized I could flirt with Luna that hard. Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Are you planning your second playthrough?
No. But I ended up romancing CL, and I sort of didn't realize I was taking a path there, and I thought it actually felt very natural as their conversation evolved. I was like, oh, these two are together. That's cool. Like, kind of checks out.
Yeah. They have a much more natural, I think, rapport. But at any rate, you sort of play as Verso, but the entire time the game is like increasingly about what's happening to Mael.
Yep.
She's essentially kind of the Luke Skywalker chosen one type archetype, where she's sort of the most powerful person in the world, and it's up to her to kind of like unlock.
Isn't
whatever.
she the only real person in the world?
She's the only real person.
I guess the paintress and Renoir questionably so, but like she's the only person that's in there maybe.
I think Renoir version 2 is a real guy, right?
That's right. And the paintress is the real mother for the whole game, yeah.
Is the paintress the real mother?
Yeah. Oh no, she's an Axon, isn't she? Yeah, your mother is actually, God, it's so confusing. They really captured that JRPG essence of like the
or
bullshit
the extremely
is,
French. Just we're not going to explain this. Just something random is going to happen, right?
which I did love. Like I think one of the early praises was just like things just happen. Like the gommage just happens, and you're just like you're left to deal with the fact that this woman is painting numbers and people are evaporating into flower petals, and like
right.
That's this world, and we actually don't talk about the whys until the very, very end, and even then it's a little shaky.
Right. So I would say, unlike Hades 2, all the characters I'd say 80%, 90% of the characters in Clair Obscur are great. I love the way they're presented. They have such personality right away. Even sort of like some of the side characters, like who's the older sister versus older sister?
Oh,
Clara? It's not Clara.
no, I beat her though.
The one with bangs. She's so good. I love how
Clea, yeah.
Clea. Yeah. I love how annoyed she is the entire time and over it.
Yep.
Like Mael's just going through this like trauma of losing her brother and being burned and disfigured. And Clea's like, "Hey, you got to get your shit together because we have stuff to we got shit we need to do." You know, which is incredible.
Yeah, and like, yeah, Renoir is such a. I don't know. I felt like everything he did was so reasonable, and like I like understood all his actions.
Yeah.
And then made him a villain, and I was just like, yeah, like I get it.
Okay.
I know the character you don't like is Esquier, and you're wrong. Esquier is my favorite character in the game.
I do not like Esquier. I find his voice to be annoying.
Now his voice on the overworld, terrible. I wish he would stop saying "Let's go."
Yeah.
Every time you like
exactly.
run.
Yeah, it's the sound design of this game maybe is the in terms of like the content design of this game, everything is like very, very impressive. Especially for quote unquote how small the team was, right?
Small. Yeah.
Let me take a quick divergence into that particular subject, and then we can come back around to, I think, the critique of the narrative that I want to get into.
Yeah.
So real quick, in terms of just like the business of it, the indie versus not indie of it all, right? It's really kind of hard to talk about Clair Obscur, at least from a game development perspective, without kind of like making a judgment on like, was it indie or not? And I think people are saying it's indie, right? And I think a lot is made of the fact that there was like fewer than 30 people in the central team that made this, which for the scope or the feeling of the game, it feels super AAA. I remember you telling me that you kind of felt like Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei don't feel AAA. What does Clair Obscur feel like to you?
I feel like all three of those games are AA.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it's things like I see animation reuse.
Yep.
I see these like open worlds that feel a little smaller. I really like that Clair Obscur is like has map mode versus sort of level mode.
Yep.
Because it lets it be so much bigger without having to like do this giant open world content slog, and like I think it made it a better, shorter game, and I love that. While paying homage to Final Fantasy VII and all the airship travel and shit. But yeah, like, did we just forget that it's a AA game? It's great.
It is, yet it's hard to think of a game in that category that has as accomplished cinematics. Like, the cinematics are so confident. The facial animation is incredible. The blocking, the staging of the conversations is so good,
and
right?
Is that just like Unreal Engine 5 and like good mocap? Because like I saw some of their behind the scenes, and it's just like people wearing mocap rigs in like not even a mocap looking room, but like a normal looking room. I
don't know. It might be the best facial animations I can think of.
They were pretty good. Yeah. Like I feel like Mael and Verso's faces were just incredible.
Yeah, and it was fairly consistent and like tastefully curated. Whereas, it's kind of funny. I was making fun of the facial animations of Ghost of Yotei the other day. But what's funny is I played the game a little bit more, and I got to the scene where Jubei and Atsu are reunited for the first time, and Jubei realizes that he's talking to Atsu, and that slow realization coming across his face. I'm like, wow, the facial animation of this is great. And
if you're Jubei or Atsu, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, exactly. Adult Jubei and adult Atsu, because it just highlights how bad all the rest of the facial animations are in that game, and in particular the children characters, right?
Yeah.
Not so with Expedition 33, though. The facial animation is just ridiculously incredible, and you kind of like... It's not even just that. It's like the physical acting of the characters. It's also the best that I think I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah, and now the children in this game might have also been bad. You don't interact with them
Maybe
much.
children are bad in every game.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you
a
know what
hard one.
children look like in Renaissance paintings
No.
or medieval paintings in particular? But the Renaissance, they were starting to figure out how to draw children, but they look like adults.
It looks like an old guy.
You know what it is children are actually just kind of ugly. Is that a controversial take? I think human babies are they do look okay. Let's go back a few centuries.
Yeah, I mean, like, babies look like aliens. It's sort of part of their charm.
Yes, like in a medieval painting, oftentimes the way that they would draw children is they're like literally just small adults, like they're just physically
Yeah.
smaller. You know?
When I feel like you encounter that in video games a lot too, where it's like you run into a child model and it's like just an adult that's like scaled on all axes down.
Yeah, like look at this little kid's face. This kid is like 65 years old. Look at him. He's got like a fully developed kind of like 6-pack or 4-pack.
He's got a six. Yeah, this kid is Benjamin buttoning really hard.
Okay, so maybe the thing is that I should give Ghost of Yotei a pass because the kids all look bad in any game. They look especially bad in Ghost of Yotei.
They look especially bad in Ghost. But like, I just looked up Clair Obscur mocap. They just have iPhones strapped to their faces. Like, is that all we need now? Have we just like? Do you just like take an iPhone and Unreal Engine 5 and like
Yeah,
do it?
yeah, I don't
That's
know.
cool.
Yes, so these were two. This guy here who does the mocap for Gustav, he might have done more than that, but he is the voice of SKA in both French and English as well. So there he is.
Oh, hell yeah.
He giveth and taketh.
SK is the best. I know people are like make fun of the wee woo scene, but like the wee woo scene is like one of my favorite moments in that game. It's just so funny.
SKA is responsible for the most French scene in the entire thing when he pulls wine out of his leg.
And then vomits up a bunch of wine too, right?
Yes.
He's like, turns out he's just wine.
He's just made out of
by
wine.
volume.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about Francois, SKA's sterling neighbor? Because I also
He's right
really
here.
like Francois.
I
was just
thought
an
it was
angry
kind of
rock.
funny. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think what a part of it though is like JRPGs also have these kind of silly aspects to it, and I let it go because it's Japanese. You know how there's just like because because it's Japanese lets you get away with a lot. It lets you get away a lot of like unsavory things. Honestly,
It's true.
we're not going to end up.
Can be funny, silly French. They have to be so serious.
We're not going to end up talking about Death Stranding because we ran out of days. But like Kojima's whole career is like based on him being Japanese and getting away with like outlandish shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kojima, he's got a bit of David Lynch in him. He's also got a bit of Tarantino in him.
Yeah, for sure.
Derogatory.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So where are we going? And with the indie thing, the fact that this is like an indie team was able to pull this kind of thing off, where like they literally are like the apex of technical achievement on like one particular axis. I don't know what to compare that with, except like the dawn of video games, right? Like you could say that like Prince of Persia 1 was like the pinnacle of the game industry at the time that it was made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was made by one guy, literally.
I wonder, does it sort of compare to Hades in that way, where like the thing that always strikes me about the Hades games is like every interaction I do, there's like another dialogue line to go for. Like somehow they've recorded like 50,000 lines of dialogue, and like I died to a certain boss and I come back and Hypnos goes like, oh yeah, that creeper really got you, like, you know, sorry you got soaked this time or something. Like there's just, and like, you know, I played 100 hours of Hades over how many years, and like, so every time you play it, you're just like, you hear another voice and I'm like, where did you record these? What have I not heard? Like, how many lines are in this thing?
Right.
And I guess to bring it back around, I feel like Clair Obscur is like, did they animate every cinematic, or did they mocap every cinematic? Did they just like go hard on this? Like, is every interaction captured instead of the sort of like phony mouth movement thing that looks so fake.
Yeah. The Hades, I sort of know what you mean. I think the Hades dialogue thing, on the one hand, I am always impressed about how deep it goes and how responsive it is. Like, you do a thing and every character has a thing to say about it. And there's like a bajillion
Yeah.
things, right? You could like beat the game in a certain way and the last boss will comment on like how you didn't use the hammer at all or something like that, right? Like,
Right.
they'll do that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Or
So
yeah, or like, gosh, you pause during Kronos' boss fight, and he like taunts you about it, which is still one of my favorite interactions in that game.
but I will say that the amount of empty dialogue in both Hades games, but especially Hades 2, is
Yeah.
pretty staggering. And I don't know
Yes.
if it happens to you, but I like cut each line of dialogue short, like once 30% of the way through. I will like jump through, and I'm not really reading it, and I'm not really paying attention.
If it's Nemesis, absolutely.
I'm getting the vibe of it. I don't think I'm missing plot or anything, but I'm just like not fully.
Nope.
Because in particular, Hades 2 is also very expository. Like, I think people talk about like plot. Like, if I will gently spoil that when Zagreus comes into play, like his dialogue is, I think, like surprisingly weak.
Oh yeah, I've met Zagreus like 3 times now. He's great.
Okay, yes.
But yeah, not the strongest dialogue. Though I do appreciate that he immediately shows up and is like, "Oh, I believe you. I think you're competent." Which I'm just like, it's got that.
Yes, there was no
It's got a
kind of
bit
like narrative faff in that regard. There was no like, oh, I need to like convince him to do something.
No, and I appreciate that. It sort of had that Star Trek vibe where it's like, one character is seeing aliens, and they're like, "Oh, we better figure that one out." Like, we don't
Right.
think you're crazy. We think you're seeing aliens.
Yes, rather than saying Commander Troy, I believe you're just. I believe you've just like had a psychotic break. You'll
Right,
be
yeah.
restricted to quarters.
Yeah, they take it very
They
seriously.
take it very
all the time.
seriously that she's actually being haunted by like a psychic anomaly.
Yep. Yep. Or there's a ghost in the candle or whatever weird shit they've done.
Yeah. Crusher digs up her dead grandmother, and it's like real.
That was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, not the finest.
Nope.
So okay. So it kind of a weird, unprecedented thing where, like, yes, it's a small team, but I don't know if I fully buy the indie story. I don't know. They were very well funded by the end, but they do have this kind of like labor. It was like a labor of love for 5 or 6 years, and this game would never have been made by a traditional studio. I think it's safe to say, right?
Yeah, and like, what do they do next? Like, is there a software effort
too,
like
right? They do Clair Obscur
Yeah.
Expedition 60 or whatever. I don't know.
That's real. That's
Yeah.
real. But will any of it be nearly as good? Yeah, I feel like I saw like their early prototype, and it just doesn't have. Oh yeah, here you go. Where should I put this? I'll put it in. I'll send it to you in Slack.
I'll just Google it. Are you looking? I think I've
Okay.
seen it before. Is it a video that you're sending me in particular?
Yeah, there's a video, and it's just like it's really interesting to see.
This is the 2020
I
demo.
Yeah, I find it challenging to see the final vision in this video, which I just think is really interesting. Like I never. It's surprising. Like they clearly, either were well resourced or like someone saw it and
My
realized it could
video's
be
not showing
more.
up. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh well. Oh, there. Yeah, look at like. Man, that's just nonsense.
Yeah, it looks like EverQuest. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah. What was the vision? I mean, I guess they were going for vibes. This all just seems like prototype shit, right? They're just fooling around.
Yeah.
But they kept building on it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I guess like this is a 5-year-old demo.
What is interesting about this is that you can see how that you draw like a straight line up and to the right from here, and you get Expedition 33, right? Which I would love to be able to say that about all the games that we work on, right? Like, can we go from like this is ridiculous, right? This hair and everything. This is just like, this is a model they bought off of like cgtrader.com, right? As were these barrels for that matter, right? As was this room.
Yep.
And yet somehow they were able to like continue to build upon this foundation into what became 2025's Game of the Year, right?
I mean, I honestly find it inspiring because like this looks like shit.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk about the problem. The big problem with this game
yeah.
is not that it's indie or not indie. It to me is a confusion of what this game is actually about.
Okay.
What did you think
Say
about the
more.
ending? Let's start with that.
I loved the choice at the end.
Okay.
Because I thought it was just fucked up.
Do you want to explain it?
Choices were. Yeah, sure. At the end of the game, as you realize that like the world is constructed, and you're given the choice to either return to the real world or continue to live in fantasy.
Right.
And then you have to fight the other main character, and your choice chooses who you're fighting as and who you're fighting against. I thought it was a great distillation of their conflict.
Yeah.
And I like that all outcomes are just deeply like unsatisfying and messed up. Like you either kill everyone you've met the whole game,
Yeah.
or you are like fully giving into fantasy and like pretending nothing matters.
Right. So
yeah, I don't know. Sounds very French.
let me try to recount the plot line the best I can. So Act 1, you are Expedition 33, and you're going out to try to end this cycle of destruction that's being kind of meted upon your city, or really all the humans in the world, where basically every year the maximum age that a person can be goes down by 1. Right.
Correct. Yeah.
And so Expedition 33 is basically all the oldest people in society, who are all 33 years old, going out in their last year of existence to try to basically solve this problem, which they see to be coming from the Paintress, who is this gigantic figure that they can see towering over the horizon from many, many, many miles away, who is counting down a number every year. And it has just gone to 33. And that image is so impressive and scary. And the whole concept of like your maximum age going down or like society's maximum age going down every year is like ultimate sci-fi to me. It's really, really great. And then like they develop this kind of like amazing cinematic around it. There's this thing called the gommage, which is basically when you get turned into flower petals and die at your sort of like foretold age. But then the people of the city have kind of turned it into this like beautiful ceremony where the streets are full of celebration and flowers, and they're basically seeing everybody off. And,
that was beautiful.
And like, there's this kind of like, I guess does Gustav kind of like point his finger and finger guns or something like that at the Paintress, because he's just like saying, "This is my goal. I'm gonna like the last thing I'm gonna do with my life is to try to solve this problem."
Yeah.
And it is such this kind of like amazing both like portrait of how a society deals with certain doom, but also this kind of strength of the human spirit. We're going to figure out a way around this kind of thing, which I think is like reiterated over and over and again in like the small motifs of the game. Like, what is it? We continue.
We continue. We continue. Yeah.
And then what's the other thing? Slogan that they tell each other when they're all traumatized.
For those who come after.
For those who come after. Yes. It gives me chills just to hear that said out loud.
I know.
And then after the end of Act 1, none of it matters, right? Because you realize that it's all fake, and that the
Act 1, Act 2. You make it 2/3 of the way through the game, right?
Yeah. Act 2. So over time, there's like kind of like this leakage of the frame story, which is in fact that Mael's family are these like essentially gods, right? They're gods, but they look like regular people. But they painted the whole world that you're in Act 1 and 2. And due to some family trauma, Mael is sort of the youngest of this family. Basically, has a kind of like, I guess a psychotic, but she has a nervous breakdown more or less, right? Or like a depressive episode, and she goes into the painting to live. And because of all this family trauma, the mother of the family is also very sad. She goes into the painting to try to like preserve the painting. But the dad wants to get everybody out because they have stuff they need to do, and he doesn't want the family to be in there. So he goes into the painting, and his intent is to destroy the painting. Right? It's basically like, look, we need to stop fooling around, and so he's like releasing all these like. Well, no, it's the paintress. It's the mom that's releasing all these creatures to go attack him, the dad, so that the dad cannot destroy the painting. And in fact, the countdown is really a warning to everybody inside the world that at the end of that countdown, the dad is now powerful enough to be able to destroy the painting, right? And so the big choice at the end is whether Maëlle, who becomes very, very powerful by the end, does she want to keep the painting around or does she want to destroy it, right? And I guess my disappointment with this whole narrative is that I liked the original story better than I liked the frame story. I think that maybe it's as simple as that.
I think that's real. Yeah. I mean, why they're not going to make Expedition 66? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you can never return to the expeditions. Like, the next game is something so different because they sort of at the end said we're literally like wiping this all away, and it didn't matter. And it's weird because like, if you're fighting for these people's lives at all, then you have to believe that you are creating living things with souls or something in there. And I don't know. Somehow I still sort of like, I was with it. All these every Persona game, you basically fight God at the end, right?
Sure.
Like, so I think sort of realizing that like your life is controlled by the God, and you have to like decide to push back is such a JRPG thing. That it almost didn't feel tonally out of place to me to discover all of that.
Well, I guess that's the funny thing is that despite all the JRPG trappings, I don't think this is thematically a JRPG, and therefore, we don't even have to like put it into the tropes, right? Like, do you care about the Gommage and Gustav and what's happening to those people or not? And if you do care about them, then of course they're living beings, and of course you should not ethically choose to end that world, to honor what they were fighting for. And it's not even just like whether that's the right or the wrong thing. Like, there's humans that designed this story. I'm not talking about the painters. I'm talking about the creators of the game. And so here's my theory about the development of the narrative. I think that they had the frame story first, is my theory.
Yeah.
And then they came up with the interior story, which is the Gommage and the paintress and all those kind of things. And just through the chaos of the creative process, came up with much cooler ideas in the interior story. They came up with the Gommage. They came up with the paintress, which you could see from miles away as this giant creature. They came up with this beautiful ceremony that sends them all off. They came up with these like super goosebumpy kind of like, for those who come after, all these like amazing moments, and the relationship of these people that they have with each other. But then they were like, we need
that's
to.
Reasonable, yeah.
But then because the frame story came first, they decided that they had to like finish it. Right?
I buy that. I'll be excited to see whatever this team does next, because what a weird thing. And I think, I think it will be Game of the Year because of how much discussion and like there are so many things that like people are talking and saying and thinking about this in a way that Hades is not inspiring and then Silksong is not inspiring.
Yeah. Let me ask you this.
That might be why.
Why wasn't Clair Obscur your Game of the Year?
Oh, I mean, I'm having more fun with Arc Raiders.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm just deeply enjoying this sort of like the stories that appear from other people in that game.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's a world without a story. It's so shitty, but like something about this experience of playing in that world is so delightful.
Right. So maybe it's just that you found the better game. That's all. It's not really a flaw of Clair Obscur then.
Yeah, and like I think it's what I'm bringing to in our creators as well, because it's kind of a frustrating social experience that you have to sort of bring something to participate in it. So like it just clicked. I also like Shotgun Clear Expedition 33 and loved every second of it, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah, me too.
100% it and beat Simon. So like
You beat
I
Simon.
loved it. I figured I had to choose
Did you
Simon.
choose?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Yeah,
So I have narrative critiques about both Hades 2 and Clair Obscur. I enjoyed playing them both tremendously. I think it just might be literal recency bias. I felt like the moment to moment act of playing Hades 2 is just so good. The combat is so good. So I think
it's hard to
did it
put
for
down.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, that brings us to, I think, past midnight on the East Coast. So we're going to stop the stream right
Slightly.
there. Thanks all for coming along. And we will continue tomorrow with the conversation I think I'm most looking forward to, which is the one about AI and its effect on both programming and its effect on game development in general. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll have a couple of guests coming on the stream too, which will be really fun.
Yeah, we've got like a veritable panel tomorrow night. That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it'll be great. Okay, doke. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see y'all.